Okay, you could say that this chapter of Black Clover 324 is the final setup chapter for the fight with Lucifero. Now, everyone has been fighting Lucifero the entire time, but apparently this is where it's been going. So this way we can have a 4-on-1 fight with Yami, Noct, Asta, and Yuno all working together to take on Lucifero. But they had to wear him down through everyone else fighting. So we get to see what the evil eye combination magic is, as Yami put it. So what happens is, instead of just doing a simple reflecting of the magic that Zoro usually does, because of Nero's sealing magic, the attack that Lucifero does is sealed into Zoro's arm, where he can then strike back with double the force with a powerful punch. Of course, this has no real effect because Lucifero also just doubles his strength and they equal each other out. In fact, I think Lucifero uses even more power because Zoro injures his hand on the impact when their hands collide, but Lucifero is perfectly fine. That's when Lucifero notices the Grimoire says, "A Grimoire, how annoying." When Lucifero said that, it really did remind me of something super important. Lucifero is currently only at half power, and he doesn't have a Grimoire. Like, the first time we ever fought a devil was the devil was able to get his hands on a 5-leaf Grimoire, but Lucifero does not have his. So he's one at half power, and he's also, because he wasn't able to fully manifest, and he doesn't have a Grimoire to access all the spells that exist in the underworld that don't exist in the human world. So he's not even completely fully at power. He's not even close to what his real power is, and he's still stomping everyone. That is just terrifying. So Yami and Noct appear in front of Lucifero to protect Nero and Zora. Yami compliments him, saying, "Good job, you protected Asta." And then he goes to Noct. He says, "They're pretty amazing, aren't they?" And Noct thinks back to all the great things that the Black Bulls have been doing through this entire battle in the Spade Kingdom. The two best parts of being, of course, Noel defeating a Supreme Devil, and Magna, his victory roar, which fucking amazing. That chapter was amazing. Both those chapters were amazing. But of course, he remembers all the other stuff that every other member of the crew did. Yeah. So this apparently was the first interaction that Zora and Nero got with Noct. And so, as you can imagine, they both have their responses. Zora's being a smug jerk and says, "You're a superior, so you're supposed to be stronger than us. So go ahead, prove it. Come on, get to work." And of course, Nero is very kind and polite girl, where she just says, "Nice to meet you." Like, that's it. Just, nice to meet you. So one of Noct's devil's slots is either dead or just incapacitated. It's unclear because the mask face thing is shattered, but I don't know if that means he's dead or not. It's not really explained. It just says he's out of commission. So that's when Yami and Noct, of course, combine their magic and create Children's Playground, which is a giant shadow city with a black sun radiating above them. So Noct goes into his devil form, obviously, but he also creates shadow puppets of both Yami and himself attacking Lucifero. They're not really a big deal, but they are a great distraction. But apparently, it is revealed that these two, their magic together is perfect, because the Yami's darkness magic creates more shadows, which makes Noct's magic more powerful. And then shadow magic, obviously, is made of darkness, so it increases Yami's power as well. So they just feed off each other, getting more and more powerful, to the point where Yami's able to get a strikeout on Lucifero, and it causes him to bleed. It's a small little cut, it's nothing special, but it gets the attention of the other Supreme Devil, and also it makes Lucifero recognize that they have the power to kill him. They have the power to defeat him, and he's just thinking about all the... he thinks of Nox and Yami just now, he thinks of Asta, he thinks of Mariona, he thinks of Yuno, he thinks of all the people who just have the power that can kill him, and it kind of makes him snap in a sense. Well, he doesn't snap, he gets really calm, and he says, "Okay, I'm going to stop holding back, I'm going to use my full power." And his face and body, basically, it looks like they get younger. Like, the wrinkles and everything that existed on him that made him very devilish just disappear. It's like he goes from a man who looks like he's in his, middle-aged to a point where he looks like he's now in his mid-20s at the most. His face feels very refined and very angular. His body also transforms to where he's now got, where he's, I wouldn't say he's bulkier, but he's more square, and he's got, and his shoulders and elbows become pointed. Because very angular. His entire body becomes very angular. He just transforms into this, like, I guess his perfect form. But yeah, Lucifero says, because you humans have the potential to kill him, he's gonna kill them. But he's not just to kill them, he's gonna kill their parents, their siblings, their friends, their neighbors. He is going to wipe out the entire human race. Anything that is a threat to him must die. This makes sense because it was stated from a while back that a devil's power is finite when born. Like, when you are born, or however they're created, that is it. That is their full potential. That's their full power. They are already at their max. But human beings aren't like that. Human beings are able to grow. They're able to get stronger. So it makes sense that a human being, if pushed far enough, could eventually surpass him. And so he recognized that, and he's like, no, all humans must die. Like the other devils want to torture humans to death. You know, they want to make them suffer. Lucifero just wants to go straight to genocide. Just get it over with. I can't let these things exist. So as I guessed before, Nero is using her magic to heal Asta as best she can. That's when Yuno gets up and he comments on how weak Asta looks, and then Asta comments right back at him. And then all four of them, like I said before, Yuno, Asta, Yami, and Noct, are all ready for the final battle against Lucifero, 4-on-1. I know this is supposed to be the final fight, but for some reason I just don't feel like it. Like, we've had so many surprise after surprise after surprise happening. I have a feeling that something else is going to happen, and not just something involving the other Supreme Devil that's just sitting there waiting around. No, I think that Lucifero is going to get his hands on a grimoire. I think he's going to steal Yuno's. Now, I know the grimoire is supposed to only change whenever the owner is in despair, but we've seen Lucifero break the rules plenty of times, and I think if he gets his hands on a 4-leaf clover, he can just corrupt it himself. I mean, he is the king of the devils. I can only imagine that being the final twist, though. I don't think there's going to be more after that, unless other devils get involved. But yeah, that's my theory. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more about Black Clover and other anime things, please subscribe and give a thumbs up, and have a great day.